Hey, Dr. Amy here. If you've been diagnosed with cancer, or even if you're at high risk of developing cancer, then you want to do everything in your power to stay cancer-free. That's the goal. Live a long life free from cancer. To help you get there, I'm showing you 2 fruits that help you fight against cancer. Hardly anyone's talking about these fruits, but they have cancer-fighting properties that have recently been discovered. It's so simple to get started today, but you're going to need to know 3 key things: what 2 fruits you're looking for, how to prepare them to get the most cancer-fighting potential, and what medications interact with these fruits. There's potential for harm if you're on certain medications, so you do not want to mix these 2 together. We want to make sure to keep you safe. Okay, so let's dive in. The 2 fruits that we're gonna talk about are grapefruits and oranges. We're gonna be using these citrus fruits to help create a cancer-fighting drink. It's gonna have incredible cancer-fighting properties, and it's gonna boost up your immune system. Okay, let's get started here. Now, grapefruits and oranges are so powerful, and research has shown that they contain certain compounds that are cancer-fighting. They're actually gonna inhibit the growth of cancer cells, which make them a vital addition to your diet. A 2020 paper summarized the cancer-fighting potential of citrus peels. So not the flesh of the fruit, but the actual peel itself. The citrus peel itself is packed with flavonoids, carotenoids, pectin, and essential oils. Now, citrus peels have been used for medicinal properties for a really long time, but it wasn't until recently that it became known as to why citrus peels are so powerful. Now, the flavonoids in citrus peels are likely the key to the cancer-fighting potential, and they've long been known for this potential. But it's not just cancer fighting, it's actually more. Consumption of oranges and grapefruits have been linked to a ton of health advantages, from warding off obesity, lowering your cholesterol, or even helping to prevent Alzheimer's. These fruits are packed with a punch when it comes to promoting a healthy lifestyle. But this is also immune boosting. After cancer and cancer treatment, cancer survivors are desperate for some antioxidants. You need to boost up your immune system, and this drink can really help. So if you're always finding that you have a cough or a cold, well, this drink is for you. Now, let's get into the specifics on how to actually use them. Oranges and grapefruits have been found to be particularly useful in actually reducing the size of tumor cells. This is with various types of cancer, like breast cancer, colon cancer, or even skin cancer. By incorporating these daily foods into your diet, you're not only gonna reduce your risk of cancer and boost your immune system, but they taste great. Now, let's get into the specifics on how to use them. When you're picking your fruit at the grocery store, you wanna make sure to pick ones that are slightly soft, not something that's too hard. If it's nice and soft, then this means it's a great juicy piece of fruit. It's ready to use. But if it's hard, then that means it's all dried up. Now, the 2 fruits we're gonna use here are grapefruits and oranges, but lemons are also a great option too. So if you don't like grapefruits or you can't have them because of certain medications, then lemons would be a great substitute. Okay, but more on that towards the end of the video. But you do wanna make sure you include 2 different kinds of fruit. Now, we're gonna use heat to actually cook these peels to release the anti-cancer properties. Okay, start by washing these fruits really well. We're using the peel, so we wanna make sure that we actually wash these really thoroughly. People at the grocery store have been touching them with their hands, they've been falling on the floor, or they've been handled during transportation. Make sure you give them a good wash. Now, one of the best ways to extract that beneficial compound is actually by cooking the peels. We wanna do this over low heat for 3 hours. It's so simple, but it's very effective in really unlocking the treasure trove of cancer-fighting compounds within these fruits. There's health boosting goodness in these that can't be found anywhere else. So we have 3 oranges and 3 grapefruits, and we wanna peel all of this fruit. So you can peel them with your hands. Grapefruits are actually really easy to do like that. Or you can use a knife or an orange peeler, kind of like this one. Now, once you have your peelings, we're gonna place them inside of a pot. Now, once you have all the peelings in the pot, we're gonna add 3 cups of water to this. Then we're actually gonna bring this water to a gentle boil. Now, you do not want this to get too hot. Just a gentle simmer is all you need. Now, of course, you can still use the flesh part of this fruit. You can juice it for a dressing or just eat it this way. Now, you're gonna cook this for 3 hours. And as you cook it, you're gonna see the color come through both sides of the peel, and that's exactly what we want. It smells so good. Your house is gonna smell amazing. And this is all pretty low effort too. Once you get your temperature set, it doesn't really require all that much supervision. Using oranges and grapefruit, well, that's a great option while you're in cancer treatment. During my own cancer treatment, I really lost my taste buds. Nothing tasted good to me anymore. So I focused on adding back in foods that had a lot of flavor, like herbs or spices or citrus fruits. You could add in really strongly flavored seasoning or sauces too. And having that extra flavor of citrus and water, that helped me overcome that weird taste that you get with water during chemo. This allowed me to stay hydrated all throughout my treatments. Now, after the 3 hours is up, you're gonna wanna strain it. I'll even squeeze the rinds to get out every little bit of goodness. Now, we know that the juice from these rinds is going to prevent cancer growth. It works by doing this through reducing angiogenesis. Angiogenesis is when blood vessels develop and help cancer grow. By preventing this, we're gonna stop or slow cancer. Now, you can still get the essential oils and flavonoids out of citrus peels simply by zesting them. You can add that zest to a dish or cook with it too. But getting the peeling from these citrus fruits is really where the cancer fighting potential is located. Okay, but now that we've made this juice, what do you do with it? It's honestly just really good to drink it warm, like a tea. But you can also mix it with other liquids and make a drink, or use it to flavor a recipe. A breast cancer survivor that I work with in the Cancer Freedom Program, she really wanted to boost up her immune system. Before joining the program, she really focused on supplements. She was trying to correct her immune system, but it wasn't working. This did not surprise me. We have science that shows it's way better to get antioxidants through your food. It's more effective than supplements. Currently, it's not really known why this happens. There's something interacting between the antioxidants, the fiber, and the nutrients in food. When it's all eaten at once, it makes it more effective. So we started with the lemon and grapefruit tea. She went from being sick like every 3 weeks. She worked as a nurse, so this was a big accomplishment. Just consider how often she was around germs and bacteria. Okay, so what about medications that interact specifically with grapefruit? A very popular breast cancer treatment is tamoxifen. This is used in hormone-positive breast cancer. Now, tamoxifen and grapefruit, they interact. Grapefruit actually inhibits the conversion of tamoxifen. If it can't get to its active form, then tamoxifen doesn't work at all. That's what happens when you eat grapefruit. Now, some women will suggest spacing the two out. Eat grapefruit in the morning and take tamoxifen at night. But unfortunately, this doesn't work. Tamoxifen acts in your body over a long period of time. So if you're on tamoxifen, you need to completely avoid grapefruit. The good news is that you can still use oranges and lemons. Those are totally safe while you're on tamoxifen. Now, if you're taking drugs that are similar to tamoxifen but different, well, then it's still safe. These are drugs like anastrozole, letrozole, or exemestane. They work in a similar way to tamoxifen, but different. So you do not need to be concerned. You're safe to go ahead. Now, there are a lot of other drugs that interact with grapefruit. Drugs that manage your cholesterol and your blood pressure. So if you're on other drugs, it's good to get this checked out with your team. They'll complete an assessment and make sure that you're safe. There's no point in taking a medication if you're not sure it's actually gonna work. Better get it checked out first. Okay, so you now know about these two cancer-fighting fruits, how to prepare them, and what medications they interact with. The next thing you need is to know how to build out the rest of your day in terms of your food. That's exactly why I'm linking up this next video here on what I eat in a day as a 7-year cancer survivor. Click the link here. I'll see you in the next video.